2023 Hyundai Sonata Limited is basically unchanged for 2023 model year, but since I haven't done the 2022, I'm going to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. So we're going to check it out from the exterior, interior, pop the hood, see what powers up this thing. At the end of this video, I'm going to take you on a test drive with me. But if this is the first time we meet, my name is Matt. Here on Matt the Car Guy, I post 2 car reviews every single week. So if automotive content is something you enjoy watching, check out the rest of my channel. If you like it, consider subscribing. Also, after you watch this video, if you like it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Really means a lot to me. By the way, guys, I found this vehicle at Gettel Hyundai of Lakewood, Florida, and I will give them a huge shout out and thank you for allowing me some time to make this video for you. And if you're looking for a vehicle or have questions about this particular one, I'm going to post their link and the phone number in the description of this video. So if you're interested, you can give them a call. Well, it's been a few years since Hyundai introduced this current generation Sonata, and I gotta tell you, I've done 2 of them on my channel, 2020, 2021, both different models. And I always said that I'm not a big fan of this front end of this vehicle. Now, I don't know what they've done, or maybe it's growing on me, but I'm starting to like this more. So let's start with this front end right here. It does have this very long hood that basically ends straight up with this grille over here, which we're going to talk about it later. But it does have this 2 distinct body lines, creating this kind of bump in the middle. And what's very unique to this vehicle, and I have it lit up right here, unfortunately it's sunny, so you probably don't see it much, but this piece right here actually lights up. This is a light that if the turn signal is off, and if it's a regular daytime running light, it kind of gives you that unmistakable signature. And then it continues with this chrome trim or satin chrome trim throughout the rest of this vehicle. I'll show you that in a little bit, but you know, let's focus on here. So you do have this fully LED light setup, LED turn signals, LED daytime running lights, the whole 9 yards. Front end right here, it does have this big grille and a pretty interesting front bumper design with a lot of sporty characteristics. Now the bottom of it is this front splitter that's all in black. This grille is open, allows for the maximum air to get inside of it and help with cooling off the engine. It does have this front view camera right there and a bunch of sensors for your safety assist. Now this piece right here, not only does it look good, but it also allows the air to get inside of here for increased aerodynamic, better aerodynamics and better performance. So in case you were wondering what powers up this thing, let's pop the hood and see. So right underneath the hood of this particular one, we'll find this 1.6 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that produces 180 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque. It has made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission with drive mode select. So we're going to take that through its paces at the end of this video and see what it can do. But it's one of the 3 different engines available on the non-hybrid Sonata. There's the 2.5 liter non-turbocharged engine that's available and the lower trims, as well as the 2.5 liter turbocharged engine is available on the Hyundai Sonata N-Line. That's 260 horsepower, a completely different story. Now let's take a look at this hood compartment right here. Everything is pretty nice and clean. It even has the proper hood struts, so no prop sticks or anything like this, and a nice hood insulation right underneath here. So that should make for a nice and quiet ride. When they first changed the design, the Sonata was the first vehicle with a lot of this characteristic body lines, so the sharp edges, etc. Now, they don't look as sharp if you compare it, let's say, to the new generation Elantra, but still, you know, it's very unique, and you can check it out for yourself. It kind of appears and disappears on these doors. It's very cool. Now, as the side skirt at the bottom over here, this particular one is this piano black. It looks really nice and sporty. And as far as the wheel and tire setups, you have the 18-inch rims interiors. Very nice. It's kind of this gunpowder gray with silver on top. As far as the tires, 235 45 by 18, and those are the Pirelli P0 tires, all-season tires. Now on the mirror itself, you have the same color as on the rest of this vehicle, which by the way on this one is the Portofino gray, and it does have the turn signal inside of here. It does have camera underneath here, the blind spot assist inside the mirror, and this trim piece that continues from the lights continues all underneath these windows right here, and kind of wraps it around on top as well. Now the pillars are in black, and it does have the panoramic sunroof as standard equipment on the limited trim. Well, let's move on to the back. Let's see what we have there. Pretty unique rear side of this vehicle too, especially when you look at the lights itself. On top of the lines that have those diffusers, basically like the air diffusers, and this is a fully LED light setup, continues from one side to the other through this lit up light strip as well. Now what do we have on top of there? There is a shark fin antenna. The rear glass is nice and sloped and continues into the trunk that has this built-in spoiler. Now this is not a separate type of deal, it's kind of built in part of the trunk. It does have the rear view camera underneath here, Hyundai logo, Sonata, and then if you scroll down in here, you have the reverse light, reflector lights. It has two-tone bottom portion now that continues with this piano black as we've seen in the front and on the side, and you have this rear diffuser as well as on one side you have the exhaust. Now let's pop the trunk, let's see how much room we have. About 16 cubic feet, that's what you have inside the trunk, which is about average for its class. It's just a little bit smaller than I think I just saw on the Toyota Camry, but still a right size. Now the seats in the back, you can see it's a 60-40 split, and then you have the release for the seats over here. Underneath this floor, we have a spare tire along with the tools to remove it with. So, I mean, here you go, in case you were wondering if it has it. Yes, it does. No power trunk option, but that's really not something that you'll find in the non-luxury sedans anyways. As far as the interior comfort, it is fairly roomy. I think that I could use a little bit more room in front of my knees. I'm 6 feet tall. I have enough headroom, enough shoulder room. Now it's not really plenty, so it's about 1.5 inches over my head, and 2 people will fit in comfortably in the back seat. The third one would definitely be squeezed. Now as far as my knees, this front seat is adjusted to my regular driving position, and I'm almost touching my knees to it, so I could use another inch or so. This would be really nice. Let's check out this interior together. Rear door panel, it's nicely wrapped in leather. It does have a pretty cushy armrest over here, and it does have this nice trim alongside the top of it. Now this is all injection plastic, so it's nice, and there's no question about it that it is a fairly good quality. Now if you move inside of this vehicle, you can see that it's all leather, so it is a nicely leather wrapped seats. 2 passengers can fit in comfortably. For the middle one, in case you have to, but if you don't have to, open this up, you'll have the cup holders in the armrest, and that's it. Now in the middle console, you do have the vents for the back as well as the regular USB port, and that's it. No separate climate control. And then you have the cargo net in the passenger seat, not in the driver's side. Let's not forget to close the door and see how this sounds. Boom. Sounds pretty nice and solid. And I forgot to tell you about this door handles right here. So you can see they're premium looking. Top of the door handle is chrome, and the bottom is in the same color as the rest of this vehicle. Now if you have the key on you, it will lock and it will unlock if you stick your hand inside of this door handle. So you really don't have to push any buttons on the key or on the door itself to get in there. Now let's check out the front door panel. Also leather wrapped. Now you do have the Bose stereo. You can see that marking on the speaker. And then you have the regular window mirror lock controls. Over here, a little bit more storage in the door itself. And then moving on to the interior of it, you do see that you have the power control seats. Now that's for driver and passenger. Nicely profiled. Okay, it's fairly nice looking as well. And on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, you basically have your dimmer, your lane keep assist, electronic parking brake, traction control, and the opening for your trunk. Now the telescoping and tilted steering wheel. It is manual adjustment, but it is there. Let's jump inside of it. Let's see what else we have. 2023 Hyundai Sonata Limited. It's got one of the most premium interiors in its class. Now, if you look at the Honda Accord, Toyota Camry, which is its main competitors, even Kia K5, which is probably the closest one, but you won't find many, just about one, with the displays that are larger than that and with more technology, and that is Kia K5, basically its sibling. Now, I like the quality of it. I like how they did the leather wrap on top. There's the polished aluminum trim in the middle, and this is this injection plastic molding, so this is nice and soft to the touch. Of course, you do have the glove box, full-size glove box, and then you have those vents incorporated in the middle and on the sides. Plus, you have this 12.3-inch screen in front of you, and then 12.3-inch instrument cluster, as well as the head-up display right on top of here. So you probably won't see what's going on in the head-up display just because it's really bright outside. As far as the steering wheel, I like the design of it. I like how nice it is to the touch. It is the right size, it's the right thickness, and it has a bunch of buttons on both sides. So on the left hand side, you have the mode button. You also have the phone hang up and pickup button. You have the voice control. You have the volume control over here, and then you can set the different tracks over here. Now, you do have a Hyundai logo right in the middle of the steering wheel, as well as you have your pages, and that's basically going to change of what you see in the instrument cluster. Cruise control, by the way, it does have this dynamic cruise control with stop and go feature, so you don't have to get it up to speed to initiate that. You can go from stop and go. And then you have the lane keep assist, and again, this is sub menus for the pages. We're going to check this out in just a little bit. You also have the pedal shifters because it does have this manual mode. It is not a CVT transmission. You have several different drive modes on this vehicle. We're going to check this out. Now, 12.3-inch instrument cluster. This is the standard setup. This is the classic design. So on the right hand side you see the tachometer, left hand side speedometer, and by the speedometer you see the fuel gauge, by the tachometer you see the temperature gauge, and that's in the middle. That's basically what's changing. So it says select contents right now, and we can change that to different options. So here's your compass over here. Select compass, there's nothing in here, and we can probably check this out and actually add something to the content. So head-up display, driver assistance settings. Okay, check this out. We can exit. So we added fuel economy. Right now we're at 1.5 miles per gallon. I hope that's not true, but the car's been sitting and idling, so really we're not doing any miles, just burning fuel. All right, so this is your instrument cluster. A lot of cool technology inside of here. By the way, if you do change your drive modes, this changes as well. So check this out. I put it in sport. It gets a little bit more aggressive with this red accents. Custom, it gets back to normal. Normal is normal, right? And then smart is normal as well. So the only one that really makes a big difference is the sport one. Also, I don't want to forget about it, so I'm going to show you one of my favorite features of any of the Hyundais, and this is that blind spot monitors that are built inside of this instrument cluster. And whichever way I turn the turn signal on, this is the way that it's going to show me what's going on. So really nice blind spot assist monitor over here. So we're going to move on to another 12.3-inch screen, and then that is your infotainment system. Now, we've seen this infotainment system in many other Hyundai, so let's go quickly through it. First of all, this one is also equipped with a Bose premium stereo, and it doesn't have the hard buttons. It has more of a touch buttons over here. So if I hit map, it's going to open this up and it's going to show me this full map. I want to make it a full screen. Voila, there you go. You have the full screen map. Navigation, and that's another setting that's over here. It does have your search options, POI categories, safe places, etc. And then this button over here, this is your favorite button, and that you can customize it. Right now it's going to open it up and say, hey, what do you want this button to do? And you can choose from phone projection, blue link display on and off, HD radio, that data, etc. The button underneath it is your mute, and this is your power button. This is your volume button as well. And on the right hand side you have radio, media, seek, track, and setup. Pretty much self-explanatory. Wherever you get lost in this, you're going to go to a home screen. You hit this little home icon, and this is what you're going to see. So you have your map, navigation, phone projection. Did they change it? No, we still have to connect it via cable. So it does have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, it's just you have to connect it via cable versus wireless. Voice memo feature, that's if you wanted to record a short voice message to retrieve it later so you don't have to look for little post-it notes when you're driving. Climate control, this is basically a climate control setup over here. And then can you change this? No, they still haven't changed that. I'm not sure why. There's a different screen that controls basically the climate control, but I wish you could control it actually from here. So let's go back to the home screen. HD radio data. Okay, you don't have anything set up, but your sources is FM, AM, and Sirius. And then you also can do the Bluetooth media and the phone media. So let's go back in here, do it to media, and basically we're gonna see FM, AM, Sirius FM. Sounds of nature, it's a built-in sounds that are inside of this vehicle. You can actually check out the stereo. And actually, so they've added some and removed some. They removed the creepy guy sneaking behind you in the snowy village, and they've added the sounds of universe, city at dawn, etc., which is pretty cool. So I have some new ones to choose from. Let's go back to the home screen, and we've been to media, setup, notifications, user manual displays the QR code. You can scan it and get to your user manual, just in case you were wondering of how to use any of those features on this particular vehicle. So it's really nice, it's bright, it's very touch sensitive. I think they've made it a little bit more sensitive than I've seen it on the previous models. Scrolling down below, you have two vents and the hazard lights. You have the engine start stop button, and then there's another screen on another control panel for what's going on in the heating and air conditioning system. So this is your climate control. So you have two zones in the front. Okay, different for the passenger, different for the driver. You also have the heated steering wheel. You have the heated and ventilated seats. There you go. Right now they're heated. If you go down in here, you can see that now I have the ventilated seats going. You can change the speed of the fan, and basically everything is self-explanatory. Really nice, really well designed and laid out in a good place. Down below you see the USB cable. You also have your wireless charging pad, as well as your regular 12-volt power adapter over here. As far as your transmission setup, this is a push button transmission, so you don't have the regular shifter. It's all piano black, so it's gonna leave a lot of fingerprints, so that's my only complaint about it. Why can't they do it something like this? Check this out, this trim piece over here, really nice, kind of this polished aluminum, maybe gunpowder metal with some design elements inside of here. Then of course you have the cup holders, and then scrolling down over here you have drive modes. We've seen that already. Parking, you have the camera that I want to show you of how that works. Then you have your park assist button, auto hold button, and that's, by the way, that reminds me that we haven't really checked out the camera on this vehicle. So let's put it in reverse and see how it looks like. Yep, it does have the 360 camera. Really nice quality, as far as the resolution, as far as the layout on it. Really no complaints about it. It does have the active trajectory lines from the top view as well from the back view, so you really know where you're going, and several different views. So top down, narrow, okay, side view. There's your settings as far as the display, so you can check that out too. But really nice. Okay, I really enjoy looking at the screen. So a lot of other manufacturers, including some of the Highline, can take example from Hyundai and actually make this part of their deal to improve the visibility on the camera. So what else do we have? We have the park assist, which I'm going to show you that right now, but I'll show it to you. I showed you that from the key, so you see basically the summon feature on it. And one more feature in here, one more thing, is you have a lot more storage. Now moving up, you have the regular mirror with the home link assist buttons that are right there. And then you have the LED lights on both sides, as well as you have this nice size panoramic sunroof and one-touch operation. See, that opens it up and slides the sunroof open. And then when you close it, also a one-touch, and then we'll go back to all closed. All right, so this is the interior of this 2023 Sonata. Now let's take it for a spin. Well, the vehicle is running. I just want to see what is available for 2023 model year, but unfortunately Hyundai's website is not updated as of now for 2023. So let's take a look at the different trim levels for 2022, because I believe they stay the same, with the exception that certain trims have some equipment, they were added, they were, you know, deducted, etc. So it starts with the SE, and I know for a fact they have an SE because I've seen one already. And SEL, SEL Plus might have been discontinued. The N-Line, the Limited, and the N-Line Night package. So we have the Limited. So for 2022, it was $34,400. For 2023, right on the sticker that I have in the back, it says $34,975. So $575 difference. You know, and then you have the base of this trim. Now this has some different options that are added at the factory to this particular one. I'm going to list all of this in the description of this video so you can have an idea of what these vehicles cost. Now again, a disclaimer, I do not work for a dealership, nor I sell those cars. I don't make commissions whether I sell it or not. I'm simply reviewing it and giving you a walk around so you can see what features are available on these vehicles and giving me my thoughts on the performance, on the drive, etc. So if you want to negotiate with the dealer, I'm going to post a link in the description of this video. You can definitely give them a call and you know, start with there. So let's get this vehicle moving. What we're going to do is actually take it on the road and first do a full 360 to see how this vehicle turns, and I have just the right spot for it. So all I'm going to do is turn the steering wheel all the way to my left, and let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 parking spots. Really nice tight turning radius, no problems there. Good visibility. Sitting inside this vehicle, you have this huge windshield. Side view is really good. That's because it also has this triangle little windows over here that allows you to see what's going on in front of that mirror that used to be always blacked out by manufacturers. That actually makes a huge difference in my book. And you know, as far as the rear visibility through the mirrors, or you know, through turning your head around, you know, there's no shortage. No, it really has a good visibility from the inside of this vehicle. So we're going to take this on the road and really quickly check out of how this vehicle performs basically in the everyday conditions. It does have a little bit of a pull. Now, it's not the fastest thing out there. I know it's been tested at about 7.5 seconds or so, 0 to 60. You know, now if you get the N line, you're going about 5 seconds. So if performance is your thing and you like the looks of it, go for the N line, 260 horsepower. That would be a front wheel drive performance vehicle. So that's awesome. Now, one thing that I want to mention, I've tested the Elantra on the same road, and there was a lot of road noise coming into the cabin. This one has a substantial amount of road noise coming in here. Not sure if that's because of the tires or because of the road, or a combination of both of them, but I didn't feel that on the latest Palisade calligraphy that I've tested on the same very road. So I mean, it definitely has a lot to do with the sound insulation on the vehicle and the type of tires that are used. Now, those are the Pirelli P0 tires, so those are not bad tires. Shouldn't be making all that noise. So I guess it's the road and the tire combination. The interior definitely feels premium. The seats are comfortable, and right now I have the ventilated seats going. I mean, we are in Florida here, and it's getting really, really hot, so this feature is really a must-have for anybody down here, especially when it's 95 outside and you have a black color interior on the vehicle. You know, overall, a very pleasant experience as far as driving it. Now, the last thing that I want to do is really, I want to turn this vehicle around, and we're going to go from 0 to maybe 40 miles an hour or so to see how that pickup and go is from the stop. Before we do that, and see how this vehicle behaves on that. So let's hit the brakes really hard. All right, so I had a little bit of a dive, not crazy. I'm gonna do a 360 over here. Well, not 360, but 180. And I'm gonna stand right here. I really like this stretch of road. Unfortunately, I can't go much faster than 40, so let's go. We got it up to about 49 miles per hour, almost 50. So we have one more time that I actually going to be able to check this out from stop and go. Now this is going uphill, so this is going to be interesting, right? So let's go. Going uphill, climbing. I get it up to about 59, 60 miles an hour. It's not bad. You can hear this engine working, but it's not horrible. I mean, it's not it's not something like you see that the engine is on the edge of its performance. It's right there. It's just not going very fast. About 7.5 seconds or so, that's where it was tested. 7.2, so definitely not the fastest one out there. Now, I've tested recently a Toyota Camry with a base engine. That's not much faster than that. It's probably about the same. The other one that I can think of was the 2.0 turbo on the Honda Accord that I've tested. That was really nice. That was a lot quicker than this, in my opinion. But you know, you can also get like the 2.5T, which is the N-line, 260 horsepower. If performance is your thing and you like the look of it, you like the amenities of the Sonata, you can definitely go for that. Now, that's a completely different ballgame. If they get it, you know, for 2023, I'll definitely get it on my channel, as I haven't driven one yet, but on paper it looks awesome. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked watching this video as much as I liked making it. And if you like the automotive content, check out the rest of my channel. If it's something you like, give me a subscribe. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Really means a lot to me. Also, don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss any of the videos that are coming up. And there's 2 of them every week. Now guys, I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.